every Jew plays a unique and crucial role in making this world a home for God. The Jewish people are compared to one body. So just like every part of the body plays a unique function, and thank God, because you don't want your liver to do what your ear does, right? We want to be unique. So to every single member of the Jewish people, it's thank God we're so unique, because we all play a unique role and really turn this world into a home for God, into preparing the world for Mashiach. And so therefore our soul gets reincarnated many times. This is not our first trip here, in order to have the opportunity to fulfill all 613 mitzvahs, because certain mitzvahs you do as a man, certain mitzvahs you do as a woman, certain mitzvahs you can only do as a child, certain mitzvahs, you need different life circumstances and different life opportunities in order to do those mitzvahs. And therefore, our soul keeps on being, so to speak, recycled or resent on this mission in order for us to fulfill the ultimate mission, which is completing all 613 mitzvahs. The 600,000 root souls of the Jewish people, so meaning, yes, there are more Jews than 600,000, but that's the soul root. And from there, there's different sparks of souls from there, but that's the core essence of the Jewish people, is these 600,000 root souls. Through their work, they elevate Klipas Noga through different plants, minerals, and animals and people they interact with. So meaning everyone in their life's journeys is going to interact with different parts of the world, and there's reasons we live in different places to, use different spices to cook with, or some people are involved with rubies and others diamonds and others dirt. Whatever you're working with, whatever you're involved with in this world, whether it's high tech to art, whatever we're involved with, there's a reason, because our animal soul is going to be involved with those things. And therefore, when we do a mitzvah, we're elevating those energies. We're sent in different places in the world, and we're attracted to different things. For example, even the clothing we wear, the fact that I'm attracted to different colors than you are, that reason is because our soul is connected to them for the sake of elevating them and turning all these different aspects into holiness, revealing the divine spark within everything we interact with. So the only reason you find yourself in a place is to elevate something through doing a mitzvah there. So the question is always, what mitzvah can I do here? Rabbi Kravitz, who's headed Jews for Judaism and the anti-missionary movement, he was recently speaking, and I heard him speak recently, and he said that once he was at an interchange in Israel, about 30 years ago, before Waze, and he was driving using all these maps, and he was trying to go somewhere very far from his original destination, and he stopped off at the rest stop. And as soon as he got there, there was a young girl who tried to jaywalk on the highway and was hit by a car, and everyone froze. He was so unaccustomed to his surroundings. He literally just got there, and he was shocked like everyone else, but he was able to move. He jumped over barricades, endangered himself, but got to the girl, started doing CPR on her. There was another guy there from Tel Aviv who helped him do CPR, and they, thank God, got a pulse back. And Magen David Adom came, and they rushed her, and thank God she did make a complete recovery. And he was like, what am I doing here? God had literally sent him there for that exact moment. And this guy from Tel Aviv, he said every single day for 20 years, he drove past his gas station on his route to work. And never in 20 years had he ever stopped here. This is the first time he got off at the wrong exit, ended up here. He's like, what am I doing here? And then at that same moment that accident happened, he was able to help save this girl's life. And he said to Rabbi Kravitz, do you have tefillin? I want to put on tefillin. I'm witnessing a miracle here. Give me something spiritual to hold on to. Let me ground this experience into something holy. And so it's always, that's obviously very clear why they were needed to be there to help resuscitate that young girl. But anytime or anywhere, it's like, what am I here to do? I'm at a gas station, let's say a blessing. Or, I know Aleph, teach Aleph, wherever you find yourself. Even if you know a little bit more Torah than someone else, give the opportunity to share. You don't need to be an expert to start teaching Torah. If you know something real, something true from Torah, take the opportunity to share it with whoever you're with, but to never feel like a victim, like, oh, I was just sold into the situation. No, we're always sent to wherever we are. We're on a mission and really carry that mission with us. So when we serve God by not doing any of the 365 prohibitions, right, there's also serve God by things we don't do, we restrain the 365 veins in the body, and we restrain evil in the world, and we stop Klipa from dominating. So it's also our ability to it's not, so we're adding holiness, and we're also crushing klipa, right? By not allowing klipa to dominate me. Because what happens? I have a desire for something that's forbidden. And by restraining and and overpowering that evil within with the side of holiness, we're actually crushing that energy in the entire world. Like, we need to see ourselves through a cosmic lens. That's what Tanya is teaching us. Don't see ourselves as like these puny little ants. No, see ourselves from this cosmic lens of when I have self-control over myself, I allow holiness to reign over concealment, reign over klipa in this world. The life force of 365 prohibitions is a 3 impure klipa. So that's what we said. We cannot elevate these klipas. These are the harsh klipas. These klipas can never be elevated, but must be nullified and utterly destroyed, as written. It shall banish the unclean spirit from the earth. Okay, so this is about removing tuma, removing impurity from the earth. These are the hardcore concealments that our job is, how do we elevate them? By not interacting with them. It's through not engaging. That's how we do our mission with them. And when we serve God through one of the 248 positive mitzvahs, we unite the 248 limbs of the body with God. Therefore, we're making ourselves a chariot for God, which is what the patriarchs also did. So we're literally making our our body a vessel, a home for God to be within. Through the 248 mitzvahs, we're literally inviting God into our being. And like we said, they're physical mitzvahs. We're literally embodying God's will in that moment. Thank you for taking the time to explore today's Tanya together.